All right. So, hey, everybody, welcome to BME's first anime stream. This will be the first of a series of BME streams in regards to certain topics. We're starting to get things going in regards to sports, in regards to politics, and things like that. And of course, we have our anime here. Sometimes we can even go into BME movies, BME TV shows, things like that, and we're going to try to get as much people on here so we can have different opinions. Uh, that way, things aren't really as stale. You don't really hear the same people all the time. But yeah, so today in anime, we're going to be talking about Naruto and, of course, all the things involving Naruto, from the characters to the plot to the story, like just everything, right? And of course our opinions on certain things and what could have happened, should have happened, things like that. So you know how it is with anime. Uh, you can always talk up a storm in regards to it. There's no boring topic in anime. I do have a couple topics we can talk about with Naruto. First, I would like to introduce my boy Ragnarok Doom, aka Gerard. Say hello to the folks.
Hello, hello. How are y'all?
And I believe we're gonna have some more people coming up. I'm not sure, but again, this is our first one, so we're beginners with this. Um, so first things first. First things first, Jared. Let's talk about Naruto as a whole.
Mm.
Let's exclude Boruto for now
Mm.
and Shippuden for now. Let's talk about the first part of Naruto, the first series.
Mm.
What would you think about it? First of all, scale it on a scale from 1 to 10, and what did you like and what did you dislike?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give Naruto, just the early section with them when they're younger and stuff, I'd rate it probably like a 7.5 out of 10. Um, First of all, especially people who like anime, we all love ninjas. Who doesn't love ninjas? All right. Especially when you get to ninjutsu and all that shit when they're throwing out. Phenomenal. We love that. So, of course, that immediately pulls you in. So, I mean, yeah, you love it. And then, of course, everyone always loves the underdog story. Naruto, he's like looked down upon everybody in the village, and then you watch him try and grow and progress. Even though he struggles in a lot of areas, he still tries to work hard, especially when he's trying to push himself and make himself better. And he said, like, I'm gonna be okay again. They're like, no, you ain't shit. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna prove all you're wrong. And as we all know, my man does. He pulls it off. So, very likable character.
So,
Very
what did you
enjoyable.
dislike?
What did I dislike about the anime?
First series. So we're not talking about
This
Shippuden
first,
and Boruto yet. First.
um, honestly, what still bothers me, even though like we sort of get like explanations later on, I really hated how everyone just hated Naruto, especially when he was younger. Just everyone was like, "Ah, fuck that kid." And it's like, yo, what? Especially because the current Hokage knew who his dad was, knew his mom was, knew what was going on. There was no like real, it felt like they just kind of left him. It's like, yeah, they had people kind of quote unquote looking out for him, but it was way too hands off. Like especially with the whole situation, because it's like one, as we all know, he had the nine-tailed fox inside of him. And obviously later on, when you see when Naruto gets really mad, the Nine-Tails chakra would leak out, and it kind of sort of takes over a little bit. So at any point when he was little, if he decided to snap, the village is done. And as we know, even as a kid, when the Jinchuriki was kind of taken over, he could trash a lot of people who were skilled ninjas. So at any point, Naruto could have like started dropping people if he finally snapped. And that was when he was like, what, like 14? Even before, like when he was like, we saw him really, really earn school when he was like, what, like 8? Especially when kids are volatile with their emotions at that age. Bro, that could have been a whole disaster in the village with all the bullying he endured. How quick, like really think about how easily a disaster could have happened if he would have snapped at that age. And they were like, oh, what happened? How did this happen? I don't understand.
Like Loki, like I feel like I think the biggest issue I have with Naruto is the common sense factor. Right? Like, okay, let's be real, right? Minato, right? Who, again, spoilers if you haven't watched a basically 30-year-old anime at this point. But Minato was probably one of the most beloved ninjas of all time now. And he married an Uzumaki, and everybody knew the Uzumaki were basically extinct. So when you see a yellow-haired Uzumaki, you normally would put two and two together and go, I think that's the fourth Hokage son. And it's the worst part? They named him Uzumaki and made sure he wasn't connected to the fourth Hokage. Why? Because they said that we don't want people coming after. But we gave him the Nine Tails anyway, and we gave him the last name of the exact people that the other villages ganged up on. We even saw Kushina literally get kidnapped because of what? She's a Uzumaki.
Her clan.
So how are you going to say you don't want nothing to happen to Naruto, yet you give him the same last name as the person that most people viewed as more valuable? I don't think. Look. Konohamaru is the third Hokage's grandson. Ain't nobody coming to kidnap no Konohamaru. So how? So how is it that he would have been in trouble being Minato's son? I don't. Kakashi wasn't in trouble for being the White Fang's son, unless it was Granny Chio who hated him. You know what I'm saying? And that's Shippuden guys, by the way. Like it baffles me how much common sense is missing in them. It is incredibly bad. And like you said, why be mean to the person with the nuke?
True.
Right?
He's literally a walking nuke. At that point in time, he was a walking nuke.
It makes no sense. Like, mind you, Gawa, right? They avoided him. They didn't treat him bad. They avoided him. His own father treated him bad, right? And they kind of retconned what Shikaku was. First, he was like, a spirit, and then they made him into the Shinjuku stuff. Like, because their whole thing with Shikaku was like he gives you nightmares, so you can't sleep. So imagine we're gonna get into this, but imagine the fact that Gaara actually hadn't slept in months at the time we see him. That's bad. But that's something I disliked about Naruto. What I did like about Naruto is at the time we was watching stuff like DBZ, Gundam, Yu Yu Hakusho, Cowboy Bebop, and basically a lot of like really powerful or space traveling or something like that. We were watching that, and then here comes this show about ninjas. And the most you really saw that was like kind of non-ninja but ninja was the Shadow Clone. Right? I mean, later on they started to, Zabuza with his like water jutsu and things like that. You start to see those happen. But before, it was literally about substitution jutsu, kunai training, what demon wind shurikens, all that. Like Naruto was what we like to call like the normal man's anime, where okay, this is fun because it's realistic. Like it was a realistic factor. That's what I liked about it. Then it turned into Dragon Ball Z. We already have a Dragon Ball Z. We didn't need Shippuden, basically. Like how Shippuden turned out to be, and how Naruto became Karma Jesus, Chakra Jesus, and stuff like it. That was bad.
But you know what's really wild when you think about it, though? Especially when it's like in their universe, it's like, so what do you do? Oh, I'm a carpenter. Oh, what about your son? Oh, yeah, he's in ninja school. He's 10 now, and they're deploying him outside the village, and your kid can get murked. Like when you really, when you really think about a lot of the missions, especially at that age, yo, you could be 14, like, all right, we're going outside of it, dead, done. Your life's over. Child soldier, just gone.
Damn.
Or you just unlucky. He's like, who's that? Oh, that's one of the 7 legendary swordsmen. Oh, damn, we unlucky. Career over. Your life short.
And that's kind of why they made that whole grading system. Shout out to Toby Rama. But that's what I just forgot to buy it. Kevin's that's what I kind of love about Toby Rama is even though a lot of people don't like him, Toby Rama was the most responsible Hokage. Right? He made sure there was a system in place for unexperienced get in and all that stuff. Like you wasn't going on S rank missions as a rookie.
Right.
Before it was like when it was like the Senju versus the Uchiha, it was like boy, I don't care if you a kid or a baby. You coming with the adults and we gonna shit up. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, okay, clearly his skill can't be this, so let's have him chase cat around the village. Let's have him deliver milk or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people don't realize the ninja world or the Naruto verse isn't really all about ninjas. Ninjas are just the policing force of that nation, right? So, if y'all want to put an opinion, if you know a perspective, imagine the U.S. right? Because most of us are in the U.S. Imagine the U.S. and then in Washington D.C. everybody is raised to be special forces, special agents, military. That's what the ninja villages are. It's the headquarters of basically the power of the country. You know, and then yes, you have normal people that live in that village. Yes, because it's not exclusive to just ninjas. But also, you got to take consideration those people in the village have to contribute in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like even the like for all we know, Sakura and Sakura's parents, the two that were basically not special. For all we know, they were lords, related to lords, or were ninja that just failed. And then they produced Sakura, which I don't get how you get pink hair from gray and yellow, but that's besides the point.
Well, anime hair, you know, there's different rules for anime hair color.
Yeah, that shit that shit bad. But yeah, so next topic, right? For Naruto. What are two things you found inconsistent with the story? If you have more, you can say it, but what are two things you found inconsistent? And now this includes Shippuden, but not Boruto. Because Boruto is a whole bunch of retcons.
If we're gonna say inconsistency, I think one that kind of threw me off was kind of the power inconsistency was when the QB took over when he started getting the Nine Tails chakra. Because
like which part are you talking about? During Neji's fight, during Sasuke's fight, like what are you saying? Or during what's her name? The dude that looked like a girl.
I know you're talking about. I forget their name.
Yeah.
Zabuzu's buddy.
Yeah,
Even though that whole
fight,
situation was weird as hell. But
yeah.
but anyway, so like even like I would factor in like the movies too, especially for like the early part of Naruto. Because so like with Neji's fight, right? He tapped into it and it allowed him to like fight better. It's like, all right, cool. But then versus Zabu's buddy, whatever, I can't remember his name. So like when a Nine-Tailed Chakra came out in that fight, like it was over. Like he couldn't hurt Naruto. And once Naruto got his hands on him, it was over. But like versus Neji, when he was fighting Neji, right? It wasn't like he was just crushing Neji, right? It was like, oh, now you can fight him on equal terms. Or if you go into the movie, something of the full moon or something like that. That's what you remember the dude, he could turn you to stone if he touched you with his arm. You remember him? So like, for instance, when he was fighting them on the beach, right? And he thought like the dude got like their ally got killed and he snapped, right? Trashed all of them. They couldn't touch Naruto at that point. Then later on, it's like, oh, well, you know, the QB's not that strong. So it felt like the QB's power was like doing this the whole time, which was kind of annoying.
So I think they said it was based off how many tails you saw in Naruto during that time. Like, I don't know if I can go back into the movie and stuff, but it's like you see a one tail, Naruto's basically amped a little bit. You see a two tail, this is that. Neji's was special because Neji's wasn't the QB taking over; it was Naruto borrowing the chakra from the QB. But I could point out an inconsistency, right? Is that Neji actually should have won in that fight. I think Neji should have beaten Naruto in that fight, and Naruto lost the plot armor. Because think about this. If you cut off a river or a flow, cut it off, and somebody adds more pressure to that flow, mind you, you cut it off. So how is it going to still flow through?
Technically, it shouldn't.
Neji shut down all of Naruto's chakra points. And Naruto was still able to borrow the Nine-Tails chakra. To actually make matters worse, right? Neji didn't really die to being overpowered. Neji died in a stamina battle. I said died. Neji lost in a stamina battle because think about it this way, and everybody knows this who watches Naruto. Uzumakis and the Uchiha have the most, or if not the Hyuga, have the most chakra. You know, it actually is Uzumaki. Uzumaki, Senju, and Uchiha. They have the most chakra reserves in the entire thing, right? Naruto, being an Uzumaki, also has the Nine-Tails chakra, who has the most chakra reserves in all the Nine-Tail beasts. Neji not only was putting up with Naruto, but he had to put up with Naruto basically having another side of it. Ended up losing not because Naruto was stronger, but because Neji was tired and thought Naruto was already down. So he let his defense down and got hit in the jaw. Right, and he went down. But I'm looking at that fight like one, Neji just almost basically took on basically two Uzumaki power reserve limited, whatever. He done took on two of them and still almost won. Naruto had to dig a hole in a record amount of time, by the way, where Neji's eyes can't see him because remember, it's 360 vision, not 180, not no 220. No, he can see a perfect sphere around him besides that one point, right, which is behind the neck, by the way. And he lost through a punch because Naruto, again, in record time, dug a tunnel with his nail.
And he came out relatively unscathed. Like they made like if you would have thrown an inconsistency, they were like, "Oh, his hands are dripping blood." I'm like, bro, if you dug with your bare hands into the ground, a tunnel of that caliber, I was like, nah, he should have had like bones, like no meat. If we really wanted to think about that,
and then he powered himself up, out, right? Which means again, you had to have been deep enough to Neji not to notice you, and then have to force yourself up so much that you can clock him. Because now it's like, what if Naruto missed? Who wins?
Neji's gonna tear him up mid.
I'm saying,
28 track rate.
I'm like, yo, that's why people say everybody. The two people that the author did wrong was Neji and Rock Lee. Both on team. Actually, three actually, and they're all team guy, by the way. All of them are team guy. Neji, Rock Lee, Tenten. And we already know he didn't know how to write female characters. He admitted that. Neji was the Hyuga prodigy. The Hyuga, by the way, for those who don't know, were on par with the Uchiha. Imagine this big. Okay, imagine a big ass Susanoo. Susanoo. You know what destroys the Susanoo? The gentle fist with the Hyuga Byakugan. You know why? Because they can destroy chakra-based structures and manifestations. So imagine Madara being as all-powerful as he is, and all you see is wind palm, gentle fist, whatever, and now his leg is missing. That's legit how he originally wrote it, but I guess like people were so in love with the Uchiha, by the way, who got their inspiration from Hunter x Hunter. Remember that? Like, and he basically wrote the Hyuga into the ground. Now the Hyuga are basically laughing stocks, along with Rock Lee, who got his one moment, and the whole moment was about hard work versus genetics, basically. Hard work versus talent, basically. And he lost. The one fight we always talk about Rock Lee, and he lost that fight. Yeah, it looked cool, but he lost the fight. He lost. Like, what do we? And then when he went against Kimimaru, who was also another very talented person, he lost that one too. Gara had to save him. Look, again, the two moments we talk about Rock Lee is Gara fight and Drunken Rock Lee. Both fights he lost. And then Kevin said Neji was right. Look who Naruto was. Facts. And mind you, look, 10-10. 10-10 has
Weapon
the
master.
power and efficiency to master every ninja weapon. Master it. This, like, imagine somebody who had put it any other anime and they say this person mastered every weapon. No, man.
No one's touching them.
Nobody's touching them. Look at League of Legends. Jax is a master of every weapon that he uses a lamppost because it's unfair. They still beat your ass with it. She took the Satan 6-pass weapons, by the way, that are very difficult to wield, mastered that too. But because she lost to
Wind.
What's her name?
A fan.
Because she lost to some wind.
Embarrassed.
Right? Mind you, they didn't even show the fight. That's how bad it was. It was like, 10-10 whoops out all her weapons, and then they cut her scene, focused on Naruto talking his shit, and then you go back to the scene, and now she's on the giant fan dead, basically. And then from then on, we didn't hear shit from 10-10 anymore. You know what's the crazy part? All of them know the every single one of them know the first gate. Every single one of them. 10-10 knows how to unlock the first gate. So does Neji. You know what I'm saying? So these motherfuckers, and mind you, I think they were more experienced than Naruto and the other
for sure.
group, right? They were the ones that were ahead of them. And we saw in the beginning they were nothing to fuck with. So why the hell would they were written that, like, Shikamaru seen past them? Neji's not Neji. What's Kiba fucking team past them with Shino and Hinata, right? And then here comes Sakura. I punch fast. Like, damn. Yeah, that's just, it makes me so fucking mad, bro. Sometimes where it's like, you could have did something. You could have put something. You could have gave them credit. You could have just said, "Hey, Neji isn't who he is." And one more thing with Neji before I let you go, bro. Neji died
stupidly, very stupid.
Forget the fact that he could rotate on this. Forget that. Neji died for no reason, and I'll tell you why. Naruto's whole spiel was about the Hyuga is that nothing is destined. Everybody should have free will, everything. They tried to make it so that Neji willingly defended Naruto and Hinata because he wanted to. Right? Even though, again, he had that cursed seal on his head. Then he said to his dad, "I will understand what you did because you chose to go in place instead of my uncle, right? Because they were twins." And I look at that and I go, "No, because you guys have a curse mark that says you must sacrifice yourself for the main branch. So if you willingly do it, who's to say that's not the curse enacting itself? Right? Because I want you to peep something. Neji didn't move until Hinata got in front of Naruto. You know what I'm saying? You know why he didn't move? Because he knew Naruto was gonna survive the shit anyway. Everybody knew Naruto was gonna survive the shit. You think Naruto is gonna die to a splinter? Okay, how big that man? Okay, mind you, Neji got pierced before, same way, right?
The bow guy, right?
Yeah,
he used the curse mark. He sniped his ass.
Neji survived that shit. So he didn't move until Hinata's dumbass was like, "Let me protect the immortal guy." Right? So lo and behold, and you know where's Sakura at? Where's Sakura? She could have helped my boy off rip. But yeah, oh Sasuke. Huh? That's some bullshit. Oh, they did Neji wrong. They did every other team wrong. They the only team I think they did right outside of Naruto and them is Shikamaru's team. And that's only because Shikamaru was on.
The brilliant tactician, the kid with a million IQ.
Bullshit. Okay, with that being said, I got another one for you. Ready? Why do you think Hiruzen let Danzo do what he was doing?
Honest to God, bro, I got no idea. Like, if it was me, Danzo would have been done a long time ago. He let this man scheme and play for so long. Sniggling and sneaking around in the background, did all his little shifty crap.
I'm gonna give you a scenario. Okay. Right. You find out your own family member has been giving away secrets. The normal penalty for that is death. Are you willing to kill her?
What secrets they giving away?
Oh no! See, you see what I'm saying? Are you willing to kill that family member for giving away secrets? This is somebody you know personally and everything. Like all that. It could basically be your brother.
Not off rip, no.
Not off rip. Danzo would. Danzo's job, and I hate the motherfucker, by the way. Danzo's job was to be the necessary evil to the other countries for a thing. The only thing is Danzo felt himself that he was so cocky. Because I don't know if you know it, Danzo is the one who told the village about Naruto.
That's wild.
You know what I'm saying? But he left out that it was Minato. Minato that put the fox in him and stuff like that. No, Danzo spoke half truth and said Naruto is the nine-tailed fox that basically just killed her. All your parents and shit that died,
it's
inside Naruto. He didn't say it was sealed by the fourth Hokage, and so we got power. No. He just said this is that. You know why? You know why that happened? Because only one special group can control the nine tails. Who is it?
Red Clouds, and I forget what they're called at the moment. Akatsuki, sorry. Akatsuki, isn't it Uchiha?
The Uchiha, right. So, not only did he say that, but now the Uchiha are being focused on being the people who may have brought the nine tails there. So, what does that lead to?
Them getting by Itachi,
and which led to
him leaving the village, not being safe. Sasuke setting Sasuke on his path. And
think about it when we see Danzo. Think about it.
Oh, him getting the eyes of the Uchiha.
And what eye did he particularly get?
Manga Gekyo, right? Or is it
Shisui's eye?
Because he wanted his specifically, right?
And he can use Shisui's eye, I believe, because of the Hashirama cells that were in his arm and stuff. he can use Shishui's eye more than the whole 10-year gap thing. So who knows what he did with that eye?
Hmm.
For all we know, remember, Shishui's eye is to make you basically believe what you believe in based off the other person, what they want. So it's not a simple genjutsu of you're under illusion. It changes you as a person.
Hmm.
So who's to say he didn't use that eye to manipulate Hiruzen?
True.
You know, because he tried to do it against I believe it was the rise the Raikage.
Hmm.
I think he was trying to do it in that Kage summit, and then somebody who had the the stolen Byakugan, he realized, hey, Danzo is using Shisui's eye because I faced Shisui before. So I know the color of that chakra. Da, da, da. And that's when Danzo was like, shit, I got caught. You feel me?
Hmm.
So it means how much people was he really manipulating all those years once he got Sisui's eye?
True. Fair enough. Fair
You know what I'm
point.
saying? Yeah. See, that's something I give Naruto as a series. It does lead to open up questions about what may have or may not have happened behind the scenes.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because like Naruto, Orochimaru he wasn't really a bad guy to begin with. He loved Tsunade's little brother. Like that was his student. And
Hmm.
he was like he was loving the fact that he was progressing, da, 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 and then out of nowhere, boom. And people feel that was the trigger, besides his parents dying early,
Hmm.
that was the trigger of him chasing immortality, and that's what led him to experiment. And he ended up doing it. He basically got immortality because I don't know how he keeps doing it, but he put his chakra with Jugo. He put his
Yeah.
chakra with Jugo, and now every single time you think you got rid of Orochimaru, he's actually just right there. You know
Picking
what
up
I'm
a new
saying?
body.
Right?
Going through his
So it's
shop and
like,
it's like, this person. All right.
like that shit is great. And ooh, man. Which, by the way, Uchiha Massacre leads me to talk about this. Do you think Itachi was right in deciding to massacre the Uchiha?
Well, right before he had to kill his parents, they kind of had their short little chat where it's like, it was still kind of, don't get me wrong, it was like sad and stuff, but at the same time, it was kind of heartwarming because his dad was like, I don't hate you for it. He's like, I see what side you chose. He's like, you're still my son, you know. But at that point, Itachi made a decision because there was going to be at that point. the Uchiha were like, all right, we're about to roll out. So he made a decision, and then after he wiped out the Uchiha, he told Tanto, he's like, yo, get the fuck away from my brother. He told him, I love that part too. He's like, you ever come near Sasuke, bro? I'm coming back and I'm offing you. But I think at that point it was unavoidable unless he decided, side with the Uchiha and then go on the opposite path, which would then be him probably slaughtering half the Leaf Village easily.
I
So,
don't know about easily. So one thing, there's a theory going around that even though the Uchihas all stayed within the Uchihas, the Senju is amongst the ninja village, the other people.
hmm,
So Senjus didn't marry Senjus anymore. They were marrying the other clans, basically, which is why they said the clans have a lot more power compared to last. Like Shikamaru himself could probably control about 10 people
hmm,
with his sleep paralysis, whatever it's sleep paralysis. But at the same time, probably back in those days, you can only control one.
hmm,
Right? Tsunade is a Senju, directly Senju, yet we don't know her parents.
hmm.
So why would they skip the parent part and go straight to no, that's the first Hokage's granddaughter. You know what I'm saying? And she's still alive. So I mean, albeit she's actually like really, really old. Because I even pointed out like she uses that
Her healing.
she uses her healing to like, you know, just to kind of disguise her oldness, but she's old. Like she was basically Hiruzen old. And that's saying something.
And we only saw when she was like drained of her chakra, like after they fought Madara, like when she was on the ground, like all shriveled and shit. It's like, oh damn, what happened? It's like that's how she actually looks, bro.
Yes.
Chakra.
Yes. But then it kind of brings up what I'm thinking about, like, okay, if Hiruzen was like an 80-year-old looking thing, and then he also raised Tsunade and them as his ninja, does that mean he was one of those people that like graduated to the point where they were like only 2 years older than their subordinates?
Yeah, I would say so because he did have some pretty handy ninjutsu on hand. He was pretty skilled.
He knew. See again, something they downplayed on Hiruzen. He knew every jutsu of the village, and he had every chakra nature. So how the fuck does he lose in any battle? Right? And you could blame old age if you want to. He still shouldn't have lost. That boy took on the first Hokage, the second Hokage, Orochimaru, and was sealed by the 4 ugly motherfuckers. Right? And when he busted out Menma, the damn Enma, whatever, the damn monkey staff, it was over. Whoop their ass. And he realized, like, damn, I can't kill them because they're gonna regenerate. Imagine looking at Hashirama. We know how OP Hashirama is now. And Tobirama. Imagine looking at both of them and going, I can kill them, but they're just gonna come back. Nobody, not even Madara himself, even like thought about that he could do that. Nobody. So my thing is, again, why is Hiruzen so downplayed later on? Same as like what's the other dude's name? Not Kakashi. Iruka. That motherfucker don't fight.
Yeah, you're right. He really don't.
You an instructor, paying him to your village. You don't fight.
He just be vibing. It's all right. he ain't trying to get his hands dirty.
Man, I'm just saying, bro. All that and the bullshit, the bullshit is like, oh, Hiruzen was a father figure for Naruto. No, he wasn't. Hiruzen was the one. If anything, Hiruzen was number 1 on who the fuck hates Naruto list. Right? Why? Because every time he looked at Naruto, he was like, you killed my parents. That's what he thought about. You killed my parents. Not just kill my parents. Right? It wasn't until the other dude was trying to get Naruto to steal his shit, which was the Shadow Clone, whatever. It wasn't until he got involved that Hiruzen was like, okay, I kind of believe in you now. What? Like, what are we talking about, bro? What are you talking? Hiruzen was never a father figure for Naruto. I don't care what anybody said. It was Jiraiya and the dude who sells the ramen noodles. Okay, those two were more father figure than Iruka ever was, in my opinion.
Honestly, we got to put Ramen Man at number 1. If we being real, it's got to be Ramen Man.
He gave him free ramen for life, by the way.
When he was like 7, everyone hated him. First time we saw Naruto, I remember he was out there and he's like, "Yo, you hungry? Got some ramen for you." 100%. Didn't care who he was. He said, "This kid's hungry. I'm gonna feed him." That's his number 1. That's or at best like that your favorite uncle that comes up. You're like, "Oh shit!" You know, it's like it's you. Other than that, though, like out of everybody, that was definitely his like real person that held him down. And then, really, before Sasuke and Sakura, technically would be Shikamaru and Choji, right? Like we're kind of sort of like associated with him before.
Later on, they showed that, but in the beginning, they basically were trying to say they were.
Mm.
So I think it was a retcon just to kind of like give Naruto as a kid more
Mm.
ground, but it's very inconsistent in regards to
Mm.
that. Well, if anything, I think what should have been more dove into was not only the curse marks,
Mm.
right? Because apparently, Jugo's people naturally absorb chakra nature, apparently.
Mm.
But then it's like, okay, if you naturally absorb chakra nature, what nature are you? Like, there's frog, toad, snake, slug. All that. I think Hashirama was slug probably. Yeah,
Mm.
because Tsunade was and the slugs heal.
Mm.
But it's like, what what the fuck was Jugo?
Right.
Was he a turtle? Like he looked like he turned into like some type of stick monster
Mm.
type shit. And he's able to like break off pieces of himself sometimes, and his elbow long and shit. Like it's weird, bro.
You know what I kind of wish they would do with the Naruto series in general?
What
They I want them to make a mini series on all the summoned beasts and stuff because they're
they
not
did?
just summons. Like they have their own like world and lives, like wherever their like little world is, which is kind of
Yeah.
crazy. So like Boss Toad and all them, they have their own clan. Like it's not just them.
Oh, you talk.
That's,
Okay, okay. I
that's
get
what
you
I
saying.
mean. Like even Manda, like the snake, they're like all of them. They have a clan and everything. All the summoned beasts and all of them do. But it's like they never really touched it. Like when Jiraiya was summoning the two toads, they were the two heads of their whole clan. And it's like you're like, wait, there's more, and then like that, they kind of just throw it at you, but then it left it, and no one really explained it. But it's like, nah, they all the summons have their own clans and stuff in the whole alternate world. That was never really touched on, which I was
They're
kind
not
of.
even. They're not even in an alternate world, too. They're just in a secret spot. Like that's
That's right. You're right.
part
You're right.
of.
You're right.
You
It's
know what
just a
I'm
secret
saying?
location.
But okay, even Sage mode is weird,
Hmm.
right? Because okay, Orochimaru wanted to be a snake mage, clearly. I got told, so now they got slug, which the tri deadlock is supposed to be snake beats toad beats slug, slug beats snake. Why? Because snake is gonna. I think snake could eat the frog whole. Frog could like squish or kill the slug. Slug will choke the snake.
Hmm.
So it's like one of those three things. And I'm sitting here like, okay, we got those three. What about dog?
Because there were ninja dogs, and
Yeah,
once
I'm
again, they
saying.
could talk. They had a clan too.
I'm saying. So what about dog? Is there a dog sage? When when I saw Menma, the monkey that turned into the staff,
Hmm.
my God, I wanted there to be monkey sage.
Wukong.
I needed it. I needed a Wukong reference, bro. I needed it. And the worst part is Menma, you know how powerful he is? He was powerful enough to know, hey, Hiruzen, why are you holding back on Orochimaru? We can kill him right here.
True. Very true.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But he couldn't bring himself to kill his student. He couldn't do it.
which is bullshit. But I get it. I get it when you look into it because then you realize the only reason Orochimaru was doing what he's doing is because he fears death.
Hmm.
Right. So as a teacher who saw him throughout thick and thin, and mind you, Orochimaru wasn't evil when Hiruzen was teaching him.
Hmm.
He was evil after the fact when he started working with Donzo and experimenting with kids and stuff.
Hmm.
But man, but yeah. So
Wait, real quick. Who,
yeah,
the ninja dog that Kakashi kept summoning. Who was it that he always bit? He always bit someone. And I don't remember who it was. Like, because I remember he would summon him and they'd be chilling, and then he would just walk at the person, just like, "Mwah," and just always, always chomp on him.
I think I know what you talk. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. I want to say Naruto, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it was Naruto. I don't think
But it was hilarious. I remember he would always just bite the person for no reason, and it was hilarious. It might have been Naruto. It probably was Naruto. but the ninja dogs were tough, especially like someone's like people are always like, oh, they're kind of cool, but like you didn't really get to see like the potential of a summon until like when Kakashi was fighting Zabuza and he fought him with the ninja dogs and they tag teamed him and were
Yeah,
holding him. And you're like, oh shit, all right, summons are kind of cool.
yeah.
Because remember, like one bit the leg, they two of them had his arm so he couldn't move and shit. And I was like, oh, that's kind of lit. It's like, yeah, ninja summons are kind of good, especially if you know how to use them.
Look at them now. Like the best summoning, of course, everybody knows is reanimation jutsu, right?
Mm. Bringing back
Th-
whoever's passed at their full potential. And depending on if you want to or not, they can either have their own mind and like fight, or you just have 100% control.
But see, this is the issue I have is that if they're strong enough, like if you read somebody who's actually too strong,
They break it.
they can break it easily.
Mm.
So let me see. I'm gonna show the dub right now,
Mm.
and then let me see if I can get to that part. Hold on. Because this is what I knew this shit was real, bro. When Toby Rama did what he did, and Hashirama did what he did. Nobody ever did the pressure through chakra presence ever besides them. So hold on, let me just present screen. So look at this chat. This is what I mean.
Out the truth.
When they flex,
Then I'll make my decision.
Look at this.
Whether to declare vengeance on the leaf or
Vengeance against the leaf? You brat full of Uchiha evil. In that case... Tobirama!
Like what?
Now we're talking presents. Like, seriously.
Oh, all right. Don't rile up your chakra, elder brother.
Now, mind you, it didn't show it, but basically, Toby Rama was like, he just lifted a finger. So that finger was exerting that much chakra. And Hashirama didn't do shit, but just be like, bet, I'm going to round mine up so you know who Big Brother is.
Mm.
He didn't lift a finger or nothing.
But I mean, more or less at that point, we
Kevin
finally.
Kevin is a damn fool. Okay, you going to jail. I'll tell you that. You going to jail, Kevin. You going to jail, sir. That's what I gotta say. But yeah, so there's that. And let me see if I can find the other one.
But more or less, that was kind of like a key flex from like Dragon Ball Z, or also you could compare it to a spiritual pressure in Bleach. Like when somebody starts actually manifesting their power.
Yes, because my whole thing is like he basically said like I'm this powerful. Sasuke and Orochimaru was scared and they reacted, right? Hachirama being Hachirama was like bet. And then even Orochimaru, I don't know y'all seen the scene. So after Orochimaru says, and I quote, he can lift up my restrictions anytime he wants. Because Hashirama is the biggest cheat code in all of anime history. Everything that happens in Naruto happens because Hashirama existed. But I often try to say, what made Hashirama special? Right? Is it because he has wood and water style? Which I mean, not water. He has water and what was it? It's water and something that combines to make wood.
It's water and earth, I think.
It's water and earth. Okay, so he has water and earth style, which makes wood style. Even though Hiruzen can control all elements, which is kind of weird.
Shino's wasted potential for sure. He needed more screen time because he's actually a broken character too, if you really think about it, with his bugs and what they can do.
Shino is the most dangerous character in all of fucking Naruto.
Also, like the bugs weren't actually eating him, right? They just feed off his chakra. That was how they basically just stayed around, more or less. It was like a
Who,
quote
Shino? No,
symbiotic relationship.
It's he gives them little bits of his own chakra, like tiny bits, to the point where it doesn't affect them. And then they reward him by listening to him.
I see.
Because if you listen to him, you get fed. The thing about it, Shino. I got you, yeah. No worries. Shino ends up. I guess there was like one time where like beetles went to the guy and they said they're inside your body. And they are going to continue to expand until they blow up or something. Hold on, let me see.
Because honestly, out of all the creepy people you can fight, he's low key terrifying, especially when you find out it's all the bugs and shit.
It's fucking scary. Like, look at this guy. All right, guys, we're gonna watch him versus this guy named Zaku. I got you. Hold on. This is it. Hold on, so you gotta pay attention to the subtitles.
Oh yeah, Sasuke broke his arm.
片腕だけじゃ俺には勝てない。
So mind you, this is our first time seeing Shino. So we're like, damn, bro, you just got fucked up by one arm. That's crazy.
Oh, that was the gross part. They crawl.
They are coming out of his hole. Like what?
Yo, they look like
それは
ticks,
機械
honestly.
中
now
と
that
い
I
っ
look at
て
them.
集団で物を襲いチャクラを食らう。これだけの数で襲いかかればお前は間違いなく再起不能。
You will never be able to fight again.
So what that tells me is if Neji can quote unquote close your chakra points, they probably just straight up damage them completely when they're feeding on you.
No, they don't. No, it's like Neji cuts off your water supply. These bugs just drink your water. That's basically it. Instead of cutting off your supply, I'm just getting rid of the water entirely. But that's these bugs.
But theoretically, though, you can, even when you exhaust your chakra, it can come back, but you just need time.
No. So we're gonna finish this, and then I'm gonna hit you with the.
All right, I got you.
僕の手は取っておくものだ。
Look at this.
これ以上失態をさらせるか。
Oh shit! I think if I remember correctly, this is supposed to be a graphic like moment. Right
奥の手は取っておくものだよな。やりますね。
Okay, so in the actual scene, his arms blow up. Not this shit right here. His arms blow up from the pressure that the bugs are applying. Like, look at that. And you don't even notice it. You know what I'm saying? So let me just before we go, I'm gonna give you all the difference between like Dragon Ball Z, Ki, Life Force, all that stuff with Naruto. Right? So the thing about chakra is because of Hagoromo, it has now become a life force.
Hmm.
So if your chakra could be drained, but if it is depleted to 0, you will die.
Oh, okay.
Because humans once didn't need chakra, we didn't have it. We just had our normal life force. And then Hagoromo, after he defeated his mom with his brother and everything, started to share chakra. Right? He wandered the world, by the way. People think like he only went to like some countries and shit. No. He traveled the entire world fixing what him and his brother and his mom did because they battled, I think they said like 10 years.
Hmm.
So imagine battling somebody 10 years. That means you ain't sleeping 10 years because you're battling for 10 years. I'm just saying. It wasn't like when we go to war and shit, and then everybody's like, all right, nobody attacked nobody today. We're going to go sleep. And no, this is like if you were in a fight and you stayed in that fight for 10 years straight. That's how they were fighting. So because of their fight, the entire world had calamities and a lot of people's lives were suffering. So he went around, fixed his stuff, and started to share chakra and started to share the knowledge of the chakra and the peace and tranquility that can be used with it. We all know later on in life, like motherfuckers use it for evil, like his dumbass son. But he eventually got to the point where a majority of the world ended up with chakra. Right? But it doesn't mean all the world. It just means majority. So a random person living in a far distant land may not have chakra. But the ninjas, they all have chakra. For the people of certain nations, they all have chakra. It's either minuscule or a lot, like like the actual ninja. If you, like I said, once chakra entered your system, basically, once you drained it, it basically was you're done. You drained all of it, you're done. So when people try to compare it to like Dragon Ball Z, when they say Dragon Ball Z and chakra and all that, it's the same thing. It's not, because the general life force in Dragon Ball Z is key. Right? That's why when we see Goku do the Spirit Bomb, he can get it from plants, deer, the ocean, like all that stuff. But if you were to do the same thing, like give me all your chakra in regards to Naruto, and it was like a Spirit Bomb type thing, you would see only those who contain chakra have it. Plants won't have it, and all that stuff. You know why? Because that's technically nature energy. Nature energy is a whole different. Yeah, man. So that's just it about Naruto. There's a lot of plot holes in Naruto. We think Neji got the short end of the stick. I think Team Guy in general got the short end of the stick, especially with the fact that Night Guy, Night Guy, when he like popped off of Madara. Guess what? He lost every moment. Every moment for Team Guy where they gloat about it is a loss, and that's not right. Neji, right? With him versus Naruto, lost. Lee, him versus Gaara, lost. Him versus Kiwimaru, lost. Ten, her versus some wind, lost. Right? Mike Guy, the only time he really won was against Kisame, and he don't even remember Kisame. So what does that tell you?
That's an Ella Kasame's part. That's
what I'm saying.
Big L.
So all of Mike Guy, their most memorable moments are losses, and that sucks. That's what I'm saying. They all lost. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? At least Neji did win his battle because nobody came to his defense. He actually did win his battle in the Naruto Sasuke retreat. I'll give him that credit. Every other thing, lost. Okay. Like I said, a lot of plot holes, a lot of inconveniences. Common sense is a no go. But what made Naruto fun, we can all agree, was the fact that it was about ninjas. It was about like fighting, but also stealth, everything like that. Like everybody would love to make a clone of themselves and do the hand signs and all that stuff. Now they don't even do the hand signs; they just do whatever they want now. And it went from simple things like a kunai throw was a shadow clone to now I blew up mountains. So it's I don't know. I don't know, man. But yeah, if you guys have any questions for us, let us know. Like I said, this is gonna be the first of many different series, so stay tuned. I will try my best to get those out there. You will also see them on maybe on different YouTube channels as well. So this one's mine, the real kid. You might see some on Duha, which is our boy Elijah. You might see some on Yachty G's live. Sometimes we'll stream them all together. Sometimes if one person's more hosting it and we're like, participating in it, I think we would rather like put those on their channels so they can promote for themselves. But stay tuned, like I said, we got anime, we got sports, we got general talk. And like I said, if we're doing a general talk thing, we're gonna be more focused on the people of it rather than the type of thing. Because general talk can be anything. With that said, Jared, any last words? Speak on it.
Wubba lubba dub dub.
Shout out to Rick, man. Shout out to Rick and Morty, man. The sunset.
Watch-
The people lost the voice, but oh man. All right, guys. Wish you guys the best. Have a happy Sunday. Have a happy rest of your week. And we out.